is good, my reflections? What is good, my babies? You are over here with Sarethia. With that being said, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the follow button so you never miss out on another tarot review, baby. So with that being said, reflection, if you haven't checked out my other videos, my other tarot videos, hit the playlist button, go over there, and you can definitely hit the tarot tab and they'll be right there, reflection. So with that being said, today is actually our it's this light is bothering me. Hold on 1 second, let me close this up. There we go. The light was irritating me, reflection. Today, this particular series, this tarot review is the 5 and below tarot review. So what do I mean when I say the 5 and below tarot review? So I know we have all heard of the store 5 and below. Well, if you didn't know, they have a lot of great occult things in their reflection, a lot of witchy things, as you would like to say. So I have actually got several decks from 5 and below, and today we're going to go through and we're going to check out each deck, because as a tarot reader, I like to know what my decks look like before I actually purchase them. But I noticed when I went to do a lot of reviews on tarot cards, there weren't a lot of reviews. So I'm like, okay, y'all need to get these reviews up so I know what I'm buying before I buy it. Okay, so I'm here for you, reflection. I am definitely here to save the day. Okay, so our first deck is I'm gonna show you my very first deck and my favorite deck that I got from 5 and below. I use this deck even till today, reflection. This is my very first deck. Not that I bought, but from 5 and below. I think this was the second deck I ever bought. This particular deck right here, reflection. Okay, this is your typical tarot deck. It actually came in like a little box. I'm gonna link it to the side what it looked like. Okay, but this is actually this deck right here, reflection, and I got this one at 5 and below. And again, at the bottom, it has like the meaning, so it's very good for like beginners. So if you're not sure like what each tarot card mean or whatever, like their reflection, they actually have what it means at the bottom. Okay, so this is good like for beginner tarot. The deck, you know how some decks when they're cheaper, they're very thin. Remember, reflection, I told you this is the very first deck I ever got, still in great condition. Okay, not the best, but it's in good condition. Like, I never let you go, never let you go, never, never. I love this deck. Okay, and the artwork on it is cool. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, so it was definitely worth it. This is definitely a good go-to. So you won't be wasting your money with that particular deck. Okay, so here's another tarot deck that I got. I'm gonna go kind of in the order that I bought them. Now, this deck right here, this is a good deck too. I use this deck a lot. This was the second tarot deck that I ever bought from 5 and below. Now, this one right here, reflection, remember the other one had the meanings on them, but it's rare that you get a tarot deck. I guess beginner decks kind of do. But this one doesn't have the meaning on them, but this is a very thick deck. Remember, the tarot comes in 72. Is it 72 or 74? Reflection. Cards. So, yeah, this is a very thick deck. Again, this is my second deck. As you can see, I got plenty of reflection, okay? But it don't take a whole lot. It's just, you get what I mean? Especially when you get that right deck that you connect to, reflection. Because even though I have a lot of tarot decks, I don't even use them all like that, reflection. I have my certain decks that I just go to, and I have to remind myself to rotate it. Okay, don't get stuck in this same tarot deck, but you will get like that, reflection, when you find that favorite deck. And keep in mind, these that I'm showing you were at 5 and below, so they were under $6. I think it was $5.55 or something like that. But yeah, reflection. So this particular deck right here, it's real good. I love the artwork, and I like that it's not one of those thin decks. You want to really, I hate a thin deck. I dislike a thin deck. I do not like them at all. So I like the artwork. It's a go. I think it was very good, especially for the price. Okay, so because if you buy tarot decks, you know they can go from okay to very expensive, just depending on the type of deck that you're looking for. Okay, here's another tarot deck that I actually got for 5 and below. Now, I don't use this deck. I've never used this deck. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you, reflection. I've never used this deck, but not because it isn't a great deck, because the pictures and everything, I may even use it in a couple of my readings today. But these particular this particular deck, the artwork is wonderful. Now, don't get me wrong. They did not disappoint with the artwork. Okay. Yes. So this is just a couple of reflection. So this deck it's a nice deck. Okay. So it's not like this deck isn't a go-to. This is definitely a good deck, especially for the price. Okay. And this is what the back looks like. And of course, I linked the box to the side. So yes, this was actually a good deck. It's not a thin deck. I like that you'll get what I'm saying. It's not a thin deck at all, reflection. Okay, so this is actually the third deck that I got from tarot wise that I got from 5 and Below. Now, let's move on to other things, but I use them as divining because you can divine with a lot of different things, reflection. Okay. So this is the Chakra Wisdoms card. I use this as kind of an oracle deck. Okay. And I got this one from 5 and Below as well. And if you are unfamiliar with the chakras, it actually helps you learn more about each chakra as well. Okay. But I use these in my readings. Okay. This is the Chakra Wisdom card. It came in actually like this box. It came with a chakra book, and it actually came with like a poster of the chakras. Okay, so yeah, it's worth it. Okay, now this right here is not this thick. This is 2 decks. I bought 2 of them and put them together, reflection, to make it thicker because I don't like thin decks. Okay, but the deck, they're not thin. They just wasn't as thick as I like. Okay, because it wasn't, again, it's not a tarot deck. Okay, but you can definitely use it to divine. So that's another one that I got from 5 and Below. Okay, and let's this is another one. Now this one right here is the moon cycle. Okay, but I use these to divine in. Now these right here, this is another one. The deck isn't this thick. I bought 2 decks and put them together. Okay, so this is both decks together. Okay, so it's kind of like spending $11 for a deck. Okay, so this right here, reflection, is the moon cycle. And if you don't know things about the moon cycle, it can actually help you too. But I use these as like a zodiac deck, kind of. Yeah. This is what I use it as, reflection. And again, I got these from 5 and Below, and it came in a box. It was named the moon cycle or something like that. But I linked it to the side. I'm gonna get the picture and definitely link it to the side. And this, I had this deck a long time, so you can tell how long somebody had their deck by the size on reflection. So you can tell I had this deck a minute. And it's one of my if you watch a lot of my beginner tarot videos, I use this deck a lot, especially when I'm trying to figure out what energy, who doing what. Reflection, show me, so show me this energy. So I would go to my zodiac deck. So this right here, this is definitely a good deck. Okay, good go-to deck. Now, affirmation cards. Okay, I got a lot of my affirmation cards from 5 and Below as well. Okay. Now, this is the first deck of affirmation cards that I actually got for 5 and Below. Okay, now I love their affirmation decks. It's smaller, but it's worth it. Now, I usually don't mess with real small decks, baby. I'm not a small deck type of person. But this deck right here is, if you're looking for a good, cheap affirmation deck, but not cheap in the quality, not cheap in the messages or whatever like that, then yeah. And I like this one too because it gave me that fall feeling. Okay, so yeah, and this is what the back of it looks like again. Okay, so yeah, I definitely got these from 5 and Below. That's my affirmation deck that I use. Okay, and it's good. It's well, reflection. I haven't had any complaints. So, with that being said, let's keep going. This right here is another affirmation deck that I actually got from 5 and Below as well. Okay, and it was very good with their colors. Okay, this gave me that summertime feel. And as you can see, these aren't they're not the same. Because when I bought the deck, I said I'm finna buy this deck to see, are they just switching the back of the cover but printing the same messages? They're not, reflection. Okay, so right there, I got you. I got you. Okay, so yeah, they're not. This is a totally different they have different messages on them. Okay. All right. So I use these to divine as well. All right. Let's keep going. Reflections. Let's keep going. Okay. Now, this right here is another affirmation deck that I got. This is my favorite affirmation deck that I got from 5 and Below. This one is one of my favorites. Okay, this is what the back looks like. The artwork, they really outdid themselves. When I tell you they outdid they self-reflection, they outdid themselves. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. Couldn't get enough of it, baby. Okay, yes, this is a great deck right here. Extraordinary deck. Okay, everything is extraordinary, baby. Yes, shout out to us, the diviners. All right, so yes, I love that deck. It's definitely worth the whole $5.55. Reflections. Okay, let me get a little touch for you, baby. And this is my last deck. Now, this deck right here is actually a crystal. They're called crystal cards, but I use them in my divination. So if I do a certain reading and maybe this person is into crystals and they may need a type of crystal to protect them, I'll go in my crystal deck. And I'll be like, okay, this is the crystal that you need to use at this time. Or I'll just look at that particular card, like this one that just fell. Okay. Tonight. Okay, so this one, it says we all hold on to guilt from our past. So I'll be like, okay, so it's something that this person, I'm finna dig more into that. All right, it's something that's going on in their past that they may not be aware of. So this is good right here. Your crystal cards. Remember, reflection, a good diviner can use anything. You can put them in the woods and they will find something in there to divine with. Okay, so yes, this is the crystal cards that I actually got. Okay, and it basically tells you different things about different crystals. So not only that is it good for divine, it's also good for learning about different crystals that you may didn't know about. Okay, so with that being said, this is what the back of it looks like. Again, reflection, of course I'm gonna link it to the side, but still. Okay, so this was another one that I actually got at 5 and Below. Okay, reflection. So, with that being said, I'm not going to hold you up, reflection. I think because I have some more decks that I want to do, but it's more kind of in like a different type of sense of decks. Okay, what I say when I mean a different type of sense of decks, I'm finna show you in our next video. I'll probably upload it tonight. If I don't upload it tonight, it'll definitely be up there on the tarot section tomorrow. Okay, different things to divine with. Okay, reflection, because remember, a good diviner can divine with anything. Okay, a good diviner can divine with anything. So with that being said, reflection, the next one that we're going to go to, I think we're going to do the Dollar Tree. Yeah, this is what you are not divining with stuff from Dollar Tree. Reflection, I told you a good diviner can divine with anything. So with that being said, reflection, I want to come through and I want to do the 5 and Below tarot review, because maybe everyone don't have access to more expensive decks, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't do tarot, that your tarot reading is any less significant or less accurate than a person that's using a $20 deck or a $30, $40, $50, $60 deck. It doesn't matter, reflection. You can get those same results off a $5.55 deck. Okay, so with that being said, don't let price, when it comes to price, don't put your gift. Your gift isn't determined by a price of what you're using to divine with, because remember, the gift isn't in what you're using to divine with. The gift is where it's within. So until next time, reflection, Ashe.